I'm Victoria Cooksey, and this is how to make scrambled eggs.
Well, you can always just put the eggs on a plate. Sometimes it's nice for a holiday, special occasion to make them look a little fancier. So here I've got some sliced white bread that I got at a nice bakery. You want it big enough to fit a nice large ring mold on. I toasted the bread, got it buttered, and then you're just going to put the ring, line it up right in the center. I'm going to just push down on there and then take it out. So I've taken the pieces of bread off of the side, make sure there's none sticking out, trim it up if you need to. You're going to keep this in the mold. Whatever plate you're going to serve it on, just take this and keep it in the mold. Just put it, like for this size, I'm going to put it in the center. You can put it off to the side if it's a bigger plate. But we're keeping the mold on because we're actually going to put the scrambled eggs into that, and that's going to help hold its shape, and then take it off right at the end. To make scrambled eggs for 2 people, I like to use 5 whole eggs. And then to this, I've added 2 teaspoons of cold water, a little bit of salt, and a little bit of black pepper. Then you just whisk it up with a fork, is fine. There, that looks good, right? Just like that. Right now, I've got a small skillet set over medium heat with about ½ tablespoon of real butter in there. I'll let that get melting. Now it's time to make the scrambled eggs. So I've got our whisked eggs here. I'm going to put them right down in the center. Let them all go in there. With eggs, you don't want to leave these. You want to stay with them the whole time. So what I do, I kind of give them a couple seconds just to get started. If you whisk immediately, the more you whisk, the smaller the curd. I like mine just a touch bigger than that, so I'll give them a second. And then I just start slowly spinning around. And then as I start to set up a little bit, I start going a little more. Now I've started these on that medium heat, but about halfway through I'm going to turn the heat down to low. But I just want to get them started a bit. If you start this on really low heat, you're going to kind of be here forever, and that's not really fun when you're trying to get that breakfast to that special someone. So we're just going to keep going around. Occasionally it's good just to kind of take your whisk around the edges here, because if those pieces stay up on the edges, they'll get dried out. So I just kind of go around it every now and then. And I'm really starting to see some curds forming. The eggs are thickening up a little bit here. And I don't know if you can see this, but they're starting to get a lot thicker. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the heat down a little closer to low. My oven's electric, so my medium's about a number 5, so when I turn it down, I'm putting it on a 3. If your pan's a lot bigger, then sometimes these will go a lot quicker and it kind of dries them out, so I do like to use a smaller pan for the 5 eggs. And this is a pan, I know if I put an extra egg in here, it would be over the top. So definitely just 5. Okay, now I'm starting to see the bottom of the pan, so I know they're almost done. So I'm going to grab... This is the part you don't have to put cheese in, but I like to put a little extra sharp shredded cheese in there. Up to 2 tablespoons. Just keep going around, and now I'm going to turn the heat off. So that's the important part. Turn the heat off, and we're just spinning this around until the cheese melts. And I know it might seem like, oh gosh, these don't look done, but you really want the eggs wet in the pan. That wet look in the pan, otherwise they're going to be too done and dried out and gross on the plate. So I can tell those are done. So with these eggs, you kind of got to move quick. You don't want eggs to get too dried out. You want them to stay nice and wet and that good texture. So I've got our plate with the ring mold and the toasted bread inside, and I've put some little cut up oranges on the side for decoration, and now I'm just spooning eggs in until it comes to the top of the mold, and even maybe just a touch above it. You just want to make sure it's not spilling out. That looks good. And I'm going to take just a couple little sprinkles of that cheese on top to make it look pretty. Then this needs to set 30 seconds up to a minute, just because if I took that mold off right now, the eggs are just going to spill out. 30 seconds to a minute. They're still going to be hot. Lets me get anything else I need to get done for the breakfast when it comes to like a little decoration. Got my little tray here to set my breakfast on. You don't have to have one of those, but they're kind of fun to have around for like taking someone breakfast in bed on Valentine's Day or other occasions. Or if you're like me, I say, hey, it's Thursday. Let's do this because it's Thursday. Open some champagne, why not? So I've got our plate here. I put some little orange slices for decoration. We're going to take that ring mold off. You can see the eggs stay on there really well. And then if you want, for a little extra color, I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of parsley on there. You can always do chives, but parsley is just fine. Anything kind of green to give it that little extra color. And here is our finished product. Just remember, the key to making great scrambled eggs is control your heat and keep whisking, and even shut that heat off at the end so you don't overcook them. Putting them on the plate here with the bread really gives this a nice look, height, little touch of professional to the plate. I've got some orange slices on here. You could also go with some strawberries if it's a time of year that they actually taste good. Otherwise, oranges is fantastic. And I would serve this, you know, like eggs and champagne go fantastic together, so you could certainly open the bubbly, or, you know, go with coffee, tea, whatever your loved one enjoys in the morning. Maybe a little croissants from a local bakery, and serve it with whatever you like.
Thanks for watching. Happy Valentine's Day, and I hope you try to make these scrambled eggs for holiday or any day of the week. Be sure to check out my comedy cooking show, Victoria Cooksey's Random Dish, Victoria Cooksey's What's for Dinner, and all my how-to videos. See you next time.